When my husband called my affair partner, I thought he had finally found out. I imagined shouting, threats, maybe even a fight. Instead, he asked one question. Are you free next Saturday? Ryan looked at me, confused. Why? My husband smiled. I'd like you to be my best man. The room went completely silent because my husband wasn't joking. And somehow, that made it so much worse. My name is Nicole. My husband's name was Andrew. The man I betrayed him with was Ryan. Ryan wasn't supposed to become important. He was just another architect working with my interior design firm. We spent months discussing floor plans, paint colors, kitchen layouts. Eventually, we started redesigning our own lives instead. Andrew worked as a firefighter, 24-hour shifts, weekends, holidays. He missed birthdays because someone else's child needed saving. At the time, I convinced myself I was lonely. Looking back, I was simply selfish. Ryan made everything exciting. Secret lunches, late-night messages, weekend conferences that weren't really conferences. Every lie made the next one easier. For almost a year, Andrew never suspected anything. Or so I believed. Then strange things started happening. He became calmer, kinder, almost impossibly patient. He stopped asking where I'd been, stopped checking when I'd get home, stopped wondering who I was texting. I thought I'd gotten better at lying. I hadn't. He had simply stopped asking questions. One Thursday evening, Andrew came home carrying a small velvet box. I finally picked it up. I smiled nervously. What is it? He opened it. A wedding ring. I frowned. We've been married 8 years. He laughed softly. I know. I had your original ring resized. I'd gained weight over the years. My ring barely fit anymore. I thought we'd renew our vows. My heart nearly stopped. Renew our vows? After everything I'd done? I forced a smile. That sounds wonderful. He nodded. I already booked the church. The reception, the photographer, everything. I spent the next week drowning in guilt. I almost confessed. Twice. Instead, I called Ryan. I think I'm ending this. He sighed. I understand. I just... What? I wish we'd met first. Those words haunted me. Saturday morning arrived. Family filled the church. Friends laughed in the pews. Flowers lined the aisle. Everything looked beautiful. Andrew disappeared into the pastor's office before the ceremony. 5 minutes later, he came back. Nicole? Ryan's outside. Every ounce of blood left my body. What? He said you asked him to come. I couldn't breathe. I didn't. Andrew smiled. I know. He walked toward the front doors. Ryan stood there wearing jeans, completely confused. I got a text. He held up his phone. Andrew, can you come to the church? I need a favor. Ryan looked at me. What is this? Andrew answered before I could. I need a best man. Ryan stared. What? My brother couldn't make it. Silence. I'd like you to stand beside me. Nobody spoke. Ryan looked at me, searching for help. There wasn't any. I don't think that's appropriate. Andrew smiled politely. Why not? Ryan swallowed. You barely know me. Andrew nodded. Actually, I know more about you than you think. The hallway suddenly felt very small. Ryan's face lost all its color. Andrew reached into his suit pocket, pulled out a folded stack of papers, phone records, hotel receipts, printed text messages. I've had these for almost 7 months. 7 months. He'd known. The entire time. Ryan looked at me. You told me he had no idea. I thought he didn't. Andrew laughed softly. No. I just decided I wanted to see how the story ended. Nobody moved. I thought about confronting you. I thought about exposing both of you. I even thought about canceling today. He looked around the empty church. But then I realized marriages don't end because of the day they're discovered. They end the day someone stops protecting them. His eyes met mine. Ours ended months ago. Ryan quietly whispered, I'm sorry. Andrew nodded. I know. Another silence. Then Andrew held out the wedding ring. I was actually hoping you'd do one thing. Ryan stared. What? Hold this. Confused. Ryan accepted the ring. Andrew looked directly at him. You've been carrying my marriage for almost a year. You might as well carry the ring. Ryan's hand immediately started shaking. I can't. I know. Andrew gently took it back. I couldn't either. He slipped the ring back into its velvet box, then quietly said something I'll never forget. I didn't invite you here to embarrass you. I invited you because I wanted both of you to hear the same thing. He looked at me first. I release you. Then at Ryan. And I release myself. Nobody cried. Nobody yelled. Nobody argued. Andrew reached into his jacket one final time. Divorce papers, already signed, already filed. He handed them to me. The ceremony's canceled. He smiled sadly. But maybe today wasn't supposed to be about renewing vows. He glanced toward the sanctuary. Maybe. It was about finally admitting they were already broken. Ryan quietly stepped backward. I should leave. Andrew nodded. I think that's best. Ryan stopped at the church doors. I'm truly sorry. Andrew answered with the same calm voice he'd used all morning. I know. Then Ryan walked away. The church emptied over the next hour. Family members whispered. Guests quietly hugged Andrew before leaving. Nobody asked many questions. I stayed behind, unable to move. Finally, I asked, why did you tell him to be your best man? Andrew looked toward the empty altar. Because for almost a year, he stood closer to my marriage than anyone else. The words hit harder than any scream ever could. I wanted him to understand what that position actually meant. Years have passed since that day. Ryan and I didn't survive long after the divorce. Without secrets, there wasn't much left between us. People still ask if Andrew ever got angry, if he ever lost control, if he ever confronted the man I cheated with. I tell them he did. He asked my affair partner to be his best man. Not because he wanted revenge, not because he wanted forgiveness, but because he wanted us both to understand something we'd spent months refusing to see. Being beside a marriage isn't the same as standing behind it. And by the time we realized the difference, there was nothing left worth saving.